Thanks for reminding. I will create a new class over here. New class. Fine. And I am giving here while demo. While loop demo. It's very small topic because you have already gone through for loop. So it will be very easy for you while loop. I am clicking here public static void main. Just clicking on finish. Removing this line because it is not required. Now what I will do, I will just try to use while loop. So how to use while loop? In a small, you have to write like that while, and it should have a parenthesis and block. If you are having multiple statements, you can write block, and in while condition, like while bracket, you can put condition. So here we are putting condition. Say that I am saying 1. So 1 means it will assume 1 like you can put any condition like I is less than j. Fine. And what I'll do, I will try to get some value for I and j. I equal to 5. I will have to define the type of I, create local, so it is automatically integer taken, and I am taking here int j is equal to 10. Check. Fine guys, so you can see over here I have initialized I for 5 and j for 10, and I am just putting a condition. I is less than j, it means condition is true. As of now condition seems true, 5 is less than 10, so condition is true. So I am going to do something. See, so I am going to print the value of I, and every time the condition is like 5, so I have to increment or decrement. So what I will do, after printing the value of I, or I can simply write over here I plus plus. That would be great. What it will do, it will first print the value of I, the current value of I, and then it will increment the value by 1. Fine. And let's try to execute. What is going to happen? Just see. You can see over here it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Up to 9 it is printing, but when the value of I is 10, so 10 less than 10, it is not correct. So that time it is not going to work. So loop is terminated. You can manually break the loop as per your requirement. Say that I am going to say if I is equal to 6. This is double equal to operator. It means for comparison. One statement is break. Break means to come out of this loop. Say that I should take here 7. What it will do, it will increment the value first time. Then, hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Yeah, it's coming fine over here. I think there is problem in your system, Gaurav. Please check. So what I am doing over here, in while loop, I am inside the while loop. I am putting I is equal to 7. Then what should do? Break. So here you can see there is only single line of code. So I am not keeping block for it. If you are having more than one line of code, you can use block. But for better programming practice, you should always use block, because might be you are doing some kind of mistakes. To avoid those mistakes, you can see I have done like I is equal to 7, then break. So see what will happen here. What is doing over here? First time it is printing 5, that's fine. Now the value of I is 6. Again the condition is false, so if is not work, fine. Now when it will come here, it will go to here, fine. And now the value of I is 6, so 6 is always less than 10, so that time it is also true. Now it's fine. And when 6 is printed, the value is even incremented by 1, so that time the value is 7. So it is saying, oh, I is equal to 7, then break. So break is coming out of that loop, and after that line of code. You can see, just to understand, I am putting here CISO. To make you understand, it is just coming out of loop, not out of program. Break statement, like it is coming out of loop. You can see over here, when it comes out of loop, line number 28, due to line number 28, it is printing one time out of loop. So fine guys, this is the basic concept. Like when you are going to use while loop, first you have to initialize the condition outside the while loop, before while loop, and in while loop you have to increment or decrement as per your requirement. In for loop we will having all such things into the same line, but in while loop we should have the concept similar like that, but initialization should be done before while loop, and increment or decrement like inside the loop. So I am doing inside the loop, anywhere inside the loop, and I am going to use this concept in yesterday's program. Yesterday I have written some code for pop-up handling. You can see over here. Yesterday I was facing issue with like Firefox. It was not working properly, but the code was fine and it is working properly. You can see over here. I am going to re-explain the code. I just committed the Firefox and I am using Chrome driver. Fine. So you can see over here I am using maximize as well. This is the code for minimize. You can see driver.manage.window.set position and new point minus 2000 and 0. So it's a horizontal position and it's a vertical position. So set position, like it will minimize the window. And this code is also not working with Firefox, but it is like working with Chrome driver. You can see over here. So this is the new thing you can use if you want to minimize, because maximize you have seen, so minimize you should know. There is a point class in Java. Basically, it's accept two arguments. You can see over here, x axis and y axis. So on the basis of x and y, it is setting the position of the window. Fine. And here I am printing the title. You can see over here. Like yesterday's code, I am minimizing or maximizing both at the same time. Those who have might missed yesterday's session can get the video and like get connected what I was trying to do yesterday. You can see nothing is like different. One thing I have added here, you can see this line of code. So this is like advanced for loop. What I did, I have got the get window handle in all windows. Fine. So this is a kind of collection, or you can say array, or a kind of more than one element. It is having more than one element. Why it is like show, when you are printing element all windows dot size, it is printing 3. Yesterday you have seen, right? And when I am coming here, earlier code is also working fine. I have tried the same thing via new code. So this is my collection list. This is my type of like a value what is stored over here. This is my user defined value, and AW I have created manually, and I am using AW in driver.switch2.window. So it is getting the ID of the window, and on the basis of Windows ID it will be traversing. And after that what I try to do, I try to maximize and minimize. Like I will comment it so that you will differentiate what is happening. And now I have tried the same thing, like it was one by one operation, and it is via loop. What I did, I tried it 3 times. You can see over here. I have tried this at 3 times for one child window 1, child window 2, and parent window. And same thing I am trying via loop. So loop like minimizes our code. You can see over here. Loop minimizing our code. Like only one line of code, it is enough. And for printing all the Windows ID, I am just using this statement. Now I am trying to re-execute. You can see over here, this will run frequently on Chrome without any error. Basically, like you can see over here, AW, it will pass the ID of window and we will get driver.switch2.window. Just try to see. It is running. Browser has opened. Naukri.com has been like opened. URL has been launched. You can see the results over here. Fine guys, and it has closed. So it was the error free code. I have already tested and just wanted to explain. So now you can get some idea what is happening. First I have like got this due to this line of code, maximize and minimize, like my title is coming, and after that I am collecting the IDs of all the windows. I am printing like all the IDs and printing the parent window ID. So you can see when I will double click here, window show view console. I will double click here. You can see first like jobs.naukri.com title is coming, and after that parent window ID is coming, and after that all 3 IDs are coming for all the windows. This is count coming, and each by one all the windows are coming. So I have done manually. So manually like 3 lines of 3 times I have did, and this is coming via loop. You can see over here. Now trying to re-explain. Due to this line of code, like karma is coming. Due to this line of code, shell is coming. Due to this line of code, job recruitment site is coming. And due to this loop, all 3s are coming. So this was all about like yesterday's session. And you can also have the concept of one more thing, that is iterator, and iterator via while loop. So how we are going to use that? Right click, copy, right click, paste. So I'm using here 3. What I will do, I will not use this line of codes because it doesn't require. Fine. First I have like launched the browser, that's fine, and after that I will open the URL, that is also fine. I need this, not this, I need this. After opening all the URLs in different windows, I will collect here like give me name 1 so that you don't confuse. Now I am using all windows 1, fine, and what I will do, I will use one iterator. So via this operator, this instance and dot, you can see you will get iterator. Fine, and you will have to store this iterator somewhere. Iter1, I am taking here iter1, like I have to define the type, so I am taking here like that. Now what I want to do, see, initialization has been done. Like initialization has been done. So I can use while loop over here. You have seen this via for loop. Now I'm going to do the same via while loop. While iter1 dot, not to use like that will confuse you. So let me just copy this. Now copy this dot. There is one method like has next. So it will try to check whether the value is present or not. It will try to check whether the value is present or not. If the value is present, so it is returning boolean. Boolean, it means true or false. So while loop basically works on the condition true or false. So if the value is true, so this condition is like true. So whatever the code I have written in the while loop, that is going to work. If the boolean value is false, it means condition is false. So that time it won't enter in the while loop. Fine. Now I will prepare one block. Where is my block? So my block is ready, and what I want to do, I want to traverse from one window to another window. Driver dot switch to dot window, and you can use this variable, and dot next. Next you have seen yesterday. So what it does, it returns the ID of the current window and jump to the next one. First it returns to the ID of the current window and jumps to the next one. So first time it will get the ID of the parent window, then after next window, then after next window. Fine. So in this way it is going to traverse. Now what you want to do, when you will move to window, you can perform multiple operations. Let me mark this as comment. That would be fine. That's fine. Now I have commented that code, like it won't close. And let me open this. After that I want to perform some more actions on the particular window, because in interview they are going to ask a lot of things on get window handles. So you should have a good concept of that how to handle frames, how to move element from here to here. So that thing like we will see that thing in the picture like coming sessions. But as of now, what other things we can do, we can see. We have just printed the titles and all such things we have done. I am taking this line of code into the while loop. So what it will do, it will test for the condition. If it is having multiple window, so each and every time it is going to switch from one window to another window, and it will print the title. Let me run this code. You can see over here, it just moved from one window to another window and it has printed. So this is first window, like job. This is the second window, what is coming to karma, and this is the third window. Fine. And what other things we want to do? Say that, let me open this one. So there is some kind of link it is coming, right? You can see ProKarma link is coming, and I want to click on this link. So how to do that? How to do that? Let's open that window, ProKarma window. Just right click, inspect, and this is the link, right? This is coming here, and it is coming under this href. I will right click and copy, copy a CSS selector, and I will have to modify my script as well. If driver.getTitle getTitle.contents, what is prokarma, right? You can see I have put some condition. One more closing is required. Why it is so? Let me explain. If, no, it's fine. Only two brackets are required. One is for like contents and one is like for if condition. So what you want to do? If driver.getTitle.content, it means I am assuring or like I am verifying that I am onto the prokarma window. So when it will come to the prokarma window, what you want to do? You want to perform something. So driver dot find element by dot CSS selector, and I have to copy again that code. Right click, copy CSS selector. So I am also going to explain how it is coming like CSS selector. Dot click. You want to click, so it will click. So it's body, and body after that a tag, and a tag after that img. So when you will go there, you will see over there body is there and immediate. When you will have to choose immediate node, so you can put greater than symbol. So after body immediate node is A, and after A immediate node is img. So that is why it is coming. Fine. So it is working on tags. So you can see over it has taken absolute CSS selector. This is called absolute CSS selector because it is working on tags. So same like X path, absolute X path works on the tags. So it's bit similar. You can see over here. First tag is body, then after that E, then after that img. So absolute always gives unique element, fine. So on the basis of that, it is going to recognize my particular web element and it will perform the click operation. See, browser has been launched, URL has been opened, and whatever the action I wanted to perform, that has been performed. You can see over here. Fine. So these are like basic operations which we can perform, and you can also some Google out like other sites as well. Like if something is like blocking you, you can come to me for that thing. So we'll try to cover more topic like get CSS value. One thing like we have used get attribute, that is also very good matter. And now some more topic like get CSS value I am going to cover. So we have gone through the CSS selector. So get CSS value. So first I will try to give you some concept of CSS. So that is like cascading style sheet. When like UI developer are designing the web page, so they are putting some properties for the web element. and that is like done via CSS. Let me explain what is CSS, then after that we will go forward. You can see over here a lot of properties are used. So these are like styles. Say that I have taken some particular wave element and style like width, height, border top width, like border right width. For a particular wave element, you can see over here a lot of properties are taken. You can see margin right. So these are CSS values which you can pass and you can get the value whatever it is defined over here. Take some example of like facebook.com, that would be great. That is a very good site for automation. See here, I have opened the Facebook page and I wanted to get some CSS value of a particular element. So just like taking some text, that would be great. So this is one text. Like I'm going to right click and inspect element. You can see like in right side, lot of properties are coming for that this element. Like this we can do in, you can say Chrome, that would be great. Chrome, right click, new incognito window. Say that I have selected this element, right click, inspect. You can see over here styles are taking lot of, lot of styles. For a particular wave element you can inspect and get the styles. For this element you can also get some different kind of styles. So you can see different styles are like given here. You can take like seleniumhq.org. Just select something and inspect. You will see like styles for that particular wave element, like a clear margin top 2em and other properties will be there. Try to explore, then you will be able to see. For a particular wave element like h2, it's a different element and it is also having some properties like font size 1.5, font width. So these are like basic style properties which you can get via getcssvalue. I have noted some getcssvalue and will try to show you. I have stored that somewhere. So these are like basic CSS value which you can use and get, and other you can go on W3C site. There you can also get some what value you need to pass and how we are going to pass. First, I'm trying to make you understand like what are the values which you can pass and get the value. Fine. I've shown you some codes and like also trying to Google out because lot of values are there for CSS. So my developer has used some values, so you will be getting those values. We'll try to go W3 school. I'm looking for that site. So this is very good site. You can get lot of CSS value from here. See, and you can get a better understanding how we are going to use CSS selector. These are like CSS values. No, these are not CSS. These are CSS selectors coming. I'm looking for CSS values. These are values like CSS selectors. I'm looking for CSS values. Let me Google out for more values like I think this should be fine. Yeah, you can see a lot of values are there. So you can use these values like property, color, opacity, background. So a lot of values are coming. So via that site you can get the reference and you can pass any value and you will get the value of that value corresponding value used in that particular website. Fine. So we'll try to Google it out and whenever it was required or like if it is required for like verification you can use those values for your particular programming. Now let me just copy because I don't need whole site. I just need Google or Facebook, that would be fine. Yeah, this is my Facebook page. I can use. I copy and I will paste here, right click, paste. Now open the particular website and I have entered some values into a particular web element. Don't need that, so I'm removing that. Now what I'll do, I will try to first open the website facebook.com. Try to inspect the particular element. We'll open it in Google, Chrome, but like I'm trying to get the value over here. See, this is my particular web element. I'm trying to copy the XPath. Driver dot find element by class dot XPath in double quotes. Just paste it, and after that CSS. Get CSS value, you got it, and you have to pass some parameter. Fine. So parameter like you have just seen from W3 reference you can get. I'm just taking this parameter to make you explain. Like you can verify multiple over there. I'm just passing parameter in double quotes. It is going to return me in a string type. You can see over here the return type of get CSS is string type. So you can directly print it or you can store it into some variable and later on you can print it. So I am going to store it. The string, what value I have taken? I have taken font size. So I have create a variable like just giving now my own name, user defined name, font size is equal to, so you can see over here, right click, close up, not need. One more closing is required, so that's why it is throwing error. Now I can print this value. What I will do, I will use one CSO, like SOP you can say, SYSO, and just print this variable. Since it is a variable, so I am not giving like in double quotes. If it is hard coded, you will have to put double quotes over here. Now I will try to run the code. See, you can see here font size, it is coming 38 pixels. So other properties you can also use. So I have to perform multiple operations. So what I will do, I will take this code from here to here, cut it, and I will make it a web element. Fine. Web element. You are knowing the concept of web element, right? I am assuming like that you are knowing the concept of web element. So it is like giving errors. So I am adding web element over here. You can see from here to here it is a web element, and whatever the actions I was performing, that was a get CSS value. So it is a method present on web element. Now via le1 dot get css, because I have to perform multiple, so how many times I will write that code, so that is why I have taken one reference variable over here. That is why if you have to perform multiple operations on a particular web element, so better you should create one variable reference, and via a variable reference dot you can use that element multiple times. So I am using here get css value. Again I am giving the same thing, like font size, just copying it, and I wanted to print this value, so I will use this value and I will directly pass. I am not storing it anywhere. You can see it will directly print, because the return type of get css value is string. So in system.out.println we can pass it and it will directly print onto the console. So you have seen that example. I will try with other variables. Now this time I will change the parameter with like color. This is very important interview question, like how will you get the color of any particular web element or text. So you can give here the logic like via get CSS value, and sometimes in the interview they will be asking what is the difference between get CSS value and get attribute. So get attribute will only give the attribute values what are present on the particular web element when you will inspect, and this CSS value is like a kind of hidden concept which is being used by UI designers. So that values if you want you can fetch via get CSS value, and it doesn't require that these values should be present on the inspection time of web element. So this is like present in the CSS sheet, that is cascade style sheet. So from there it is fetching the value. So it's a part of UI design. So sometimes the question would be coming like how we are going to verify the color, how we are going to verify the font. So at that time you will have to tell like that via get CSS value. because these properties are basically kept in CSS. Okay, so I can take other examples like font width, font size, background color. I will not take font type, I will take that, fine. 2 or 4 examples are better for explanation. You can Google it out if it is required more. Just trying to print more, fine. And first I will use this over here, this, over here, this, over here, fine. So this is closing of main, this is closing of class. Now I'm going to run this. See, browser it launched URL, opened, and in the right side you can see the values are coming onto the console section. Coming, no error is coming, like 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4. So some values are like which has not been designed, that won't come, fine. So whatever, like font size is coming, color is coming, font weight it's coming, background color I think not coming, font type is not coming, background color is coming, fine. So these are like basic properties which we can get via CSS value. So for any particular web element you can get this kind of values. And I would like to explain one more concept like Boolean check. Sometimes in the interview they are asking like how you will verify that a particular web element is selected or not. So it displayed or not. So is enabled or not. So for any particular web element there are 3 methods via which you can verify that the particular web element is selected, is displayed, is enabled or not. You can see over here via dot, is enabled is coming, fine. I'm taking more example like via dot operator, remove this, display. So this is for checking that whether that particular element is displayed on the web page or not. ele1 dot is selected. So this is the third, like these 3 are being widely used for verification of any particular web element, that whether that particular web element is enabled, then we can perform the particular action. Say that you want to click on a particular web element and you want to check whether that web element is displayed on the particular web page or not. So how you are going to do that? So via is displayed you will get, and it will return like true or false. So on the basis of true or false you can set your next script like how it is going to work. So I have taken the same element, like this is the element you can see over here, and I am going to print the values of this element, like whether it is enabled, displayed or selected or not. SYSO, control space bar, coming. So I'm going to pass it. Remove this, again copy this, paste it 3 times. So I have pasted it 3 times, and next time I want to check whether it is displayed or not. So I am going to use display You can see there was one single particular web element. I have performed multiple operations. So to ease to like reduce my code, I have just used reference variable, and via reference variable I am using that reference variable and performing the other methods which are present on the particular web element. Fine. So these are the methods which we are using, that are the methods of web element. So web elements has like multiple methods, web driver has multiple methods. You have to understand, like if it is a string type, so it will be having different methods. So for each and every type of object, there are different methods present. You have to just go through the methods, understand the methods, what the methods are going to do and where you have to use. Fine. So what is the method and how you are going to use that? You can make use of those methods. See over. Now this three lines of code will first it will check like enabled, displayed or selected, and it will return true or false because it's a boolean type. You can see over here my three values are coming true, true and false. So why it is false? It is not selected. It is not selected, so it is coming as false. Enabled, yes. Displayed, yes. So that's why like it is coming. So on the basis of this value, you can guide your code to move in that a particular direction. So think that is enough for today.
Hey Rajiv,
Yes, who is this?
yeah, Rajiv, I'm Gaurav. Okay, I have one question. Okay, because I'm not understand the three lines of 28, 29, 30, and 30. Yeah, 28, 29, and 30.
Okay.
Okay, so 28 is a face. Yeah, you call a Facebook page. Okay, and in a 30 line. Okay, y dot xpath. So which element you get xpath over the Facebook? Can you
Okay,
please
okay,
tell me
okay,
again?
okay, fine. So you can see over here in my Facebook
Yeah,
page.
actually I missed it. Sorry.
No problem. You might have like
Yeah.
missed my yesterday's
In
class
which
that way. See, this is the element. Fine. So when you will right click and inspect, you will see over there
okay,
like type is email and name is email, ID is email, right? So I have got the
okay,
XPath. Right click, copy XPath. Fine.
okay.
And when I will go to the my code and I will paste it here
Yeah.
so that you should know what is coming here. So it is matching, right? You can see over there.
Okay,
Double slash,
okay,
star,
okay, fine.
and ID is email. So that is the reference of that particular web element. And I am performing send keys operation.
Okay,
So that is why it is coming send key via my Facebook.
my
Fine.
okay.
And what you were
Yeah,
asking like
got it.
line number 30. So 28, 30 and 32, right?
Yes, right.
32, yeah, 32, like this is a particular element, and if you are not performing any operations like send keys and click operation, so you can remove that part and you can store it somewhere in web element type of reference. Because find element, because
Okay,
when you will mouse hover on the find element, you can see it is showing return
okay,
type web element. So that's why I have stored it somewhere into my local like user defined variable, and you have to also define like what is the type of variable. So that is why it is like given the name as like that.
okay. And the one question is that okay, in a web element, you write a X path. Okay, so XPath you taken up from which content, which element of the website? Yeah.
Like XPath via tool you can also take, and in other browsers you can directly right click and copy after inspecting. Say that
No, no, actually, yeah.
this is my particular
Yes,
web
yes,
page, right? And you want to generate
yes.
the
It's a
XPath
first name.
for this particular web
Okay,
element. So you have to right click, inspect, and after inspecting the element would be coming in selected mode. Fine. So what do you have to do? You have to just right
yeah,
click,
fine.
copy, and you can get two things over here, XPath and CSS selector. Other things you can directly get up from
Yes,
here. Other things like you can directly get, like if you will inspect this particular web element, name is there. So by name attribute you can use, like ID is also there. So ID attribute you can also use. And for class name it is
okay,
having a space, so it is not it will not be handled by class name. Fine, so that can be handled
okay,
via CSS selector.
okay, okay. And 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 then another question is one more question. Okay,
Mhm.
you are selecting a more thing as like uh, IE disable and color font and etc. Okay, so
Mhm.
you find if you find the value of the element of from first name of the Facebook, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the first web element which you find is for the email or phone box is the my Facebook which you send which you given a values by send keys. Okay,
Mhm.
so the yeah, so these elements are not performing any type of operation. Okay,
Yeah, I
here
have not
in
picked
your
like,
code. Okay,
yeah, as per my test case. First you have to identify what your test case want to do. Your test case want to log in. So for that test case, you will be
okay,
picking only particular web elements where you want to perform the particular relevant actions. Got it? Not
okay,
all the
if
web elements.
okay.
Fine.
Okay. If I find the colors, fonts, and everything, okay,
Mhm.
for the element of email or phone, just for the login,
Mhm.
okay. So then what we have edited in the code?
Like if you are finding the color, if you are finding the font name, so that you can verify it, because like somehow you will be having somewhere expected results predefined. Fine. And you will compare that expected results from the actual result. So actual result will always be coming via code, and expected result which you will be storing somewhere and you will be comparing from actual to expected.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you, Raju. Thank
Welcome,
you so much.
welcome. Anything else?
Rajiv, how are you going to store these values which are coming is enabled and these all that?